Hi, and welcome to today's practice. Today we're going to be doing some shoulder and hip openers, stretching those muscles out. We use them a lot. We sit at computers, we drive in cars, or I don't know about you, but my shoulders and hips are always tight. So anything I can do to help stretch them out is really, really good for me. If you have a block will be very helpful towards one of the final postures we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a supported bridge pose. So if you have a block, even a rolled up pillow, or a rolled up blanket, a pillow, anything like that to help support you during that posture would be really helpful. I am actually sitting on a block, so if you'd like to meet me in a seated pose, you can sit on a block, sit on a blanket, or you can just sit directly on your mat, whatever will be good for you today. So to start with, let's just get into some easy seated cat-cows. Let's move our spine a little bit and let's get some movement in there. So I want you to breathe your arms up and place them gently behind your head. Now don't clasp them together and don't try to crunch them in there. Just gently place them behind your head. And open your chest up as we're going to breathe in to open our chest. And as we exhale, we're going to round our spine, bring our elbows in together, get a little bit of a back stretch and shoulder stretch right there. Inhale our way up and exhale back down. Inhale up and open that chest, and exhale. Let's open up that backside body, the back of the shoulders. Inhale it up and exhale it back down. Inhale and exhale. Let's just do this just a couple more times. Just move through it, get our body moving today. And inhale and release your hands behind your head. Hopefully that's making your back body feel a little bit better already. So let's get into some eagle arms. So inhale your arms out wide as you inhale them up, exhale them, cross your right hand under your left. And if it works for you, bind them. If not, wherever you're at for you is good. And we're going to come into the eagle arms. What I'd like for you to do, I feel like I'm looking at my hands talking. I want you to make sure that your shoulders are extended down. You don't want them up in your ears. You really want them down, okay? And then as you bind your hands or wherever you can, then gently lift the elbows up a little bit. And you should feel a really good stretch all through the back of your body right there, or your back of your shoulders. So that'll be really good to open up those shoulders today. And so let's just breathe here for a few moments. Make sure you're not getting any tension in your neck, so really try and relax that part of your body. You don't want your neck all crunched up as you're trying to stretch things out. Last breath. And exhale, open up your arms. Whew, okay, so now let's do that on the other side. Inhale your arms up, and this time we're going to take the left arm under the right. And again, go where you can for you. If you're only as far as that, that's fine. If you can bind them up like this, whatever works for you. So again, make sure that your shoulders are down, they're not up in your ears. Relax your neck so that you're not making any more tension there. And gently lift up the elbows just a titch. You just want to start to feel that nice stretch through your shoulders. And breathe. And one more. And exhale your arms out wide. Whew, there we go. Okay. Remove the block if you're on it, and let's go ahead and meet me in a tabletop position. So tabletop, make sure that your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips are over your knees, and we're just going to do and we're going to get into some bird dog movements, okay? So I want you to extend your right leg back, your left arm forward, and let's lift them up. And then we're going to tap them down, lift up, tap down, lift up, tap down. Make sure you're engaging your abdominals. You really want to, that's what's helping support your low back. So let's do a few more of those. Inhale up and down, up and down. And now let's hold it up for just a few breaths. And let's go ahead and do a few crunches since we're here, okay? So inhale your knee to your elbow, exhale them open. Let's do that a couple more times. Let's do, that's 3, let's do 5, okay? Here's 4. If you have your balance like me, you're gonna lose it. And 5, get those crunches in for the day. Woo! Yes, I lose my balance a lot. Let's do that all on the other side. So extend your left leg out and your right arm forward. And let's do those the taps. So inhale everything up and exhale it down. And 2, let's do 5 of them. 3, 4, ooh, and 5. And now we got those crunches to do. So make sure that you're not letting this hip splay open. You really are trying to keep everything flat. And then again, make sure your abdominals are engaged. So we have 5 crunches on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ooh, there we go. Phew. And let's just give ourselves a nice little child's pose just for a moment. I'll go down. And now, go ahead and meet me on your belly. And we're going to do a shoulder opener. So, I'm not sure what exactly this one is called, but it's a shoulder opener. I like it. But, so adjust yourself. You're going to want your right arm to extend out from your body, okay? Out from your shoulder. Roll gently onto your right hip and bring that left leg behind your right leg, okay? Use your left hand to help stabilize you so you're not wobbling back and forth. And you should feel a nice stretch in your shoulder. And we're going to hold here for a few breaths. And if it gets a little too intense, always, you can always ease yourself out of the posture. You don't have to go so deep. All right, and gently bring your left leg out, back, and bring your right shoulder in. I'm going to just adjust myself on the other side of the mat. Extend your left arm out from your shoulder. Use your right hand to help balance you as you roll over onto your left hip with your left leg coming behind you. Again, a nice shoulder stretch here. We'll just stay here for a few breaths. And gently roll yourself back over and roll ahead and meet me in a seated position. Extend your legs in front of you, bring your right leg in, and let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice little stretch. Now remember, in these postures, it's not about going super low and making sure your head can touch your knee. That's not happening for me. If that works for you, that's fantastic. But you're really wanting to make sure your hips are seated on your hips. Your bottom's really seated on the ground. Your hips are aligned forward, and you're really making sure that your sacrum's moving towards the ground, and you are extending through your spine from your tailbone all the way up to the top of your head. You really want some extension. And from your hips, you're gently bending forward, okay? We're not trying to round our spine in this one. We're really just looking for a nice stretch along the back of the hamstrings here. And put your hands wherever you can reach them. This is as far as you can reach, or here, whatever works for you, do that. And we'll just breathe here for a few moments. And we're going to come back up, and we're going to readjust ourselves, and then we're going to keep the right leg on the bottom, and we're going to stack the left leg on top of it. Okay. Readjust yourself, make sure that you got your sits bones really rooted down, and we're going to come into fire log pose. Again, this is not about rounding how deep, how far you can go, or how close you can get for your head touching your shins. It's really about making sure you have that length and alignment in your spine, and gently moving forward. You should feel a nice stretch through your hips right through here. Then you can come forward as far as it works for you. If it's a little too much, just back out of it. It's okay. And we're going to sit here for just a few more breaths and really get some good stretch in our hips today. That feels so good. I'm liking this. Want to give yourself a nice inhale and give yourself a little bit more length in your spine, and maybe a little bit more of a fold. There, a little bit deeper stretch. And we're just going to gently back ourselves up out of it. Ooh, that feels good. And we're going to switch legs. We're actually going to go back into, got to do the right leg extend out long, and the left leg coming in as we do this forward fold to stretch out the back of the hamstring on our right side. So again, get your hips aligned, make sure you're sitting down nice and firm on the ground, on the mat, and inhale, get nice extension in your spine, and gently fold forward. A few more breaths here. And gently make your way back up and readjust yourself, and keep that left leg on the ground and bring that right leg to stack at top. Get yourself situated, firm on the ground, and extend up through the spine, and exhale and fold forward. And we'll stay here for several breaths as we just allow our hips to stretch out. Inhale, you can give yourself a little more length and see if you can go just a little bit deeper. Just a few more breaths here. And gently walk yourself back up. Ooh, that felt pretty good. Let's go ahead and lean back on your hands with your knees up here. Let's just give ourselves some windshield wipers. Let's just readjust those hips. Get them back into a nice neutral position. Go as fast or as slow as you like, whatever works for you. There we go. Just for another minute, a few more breaths, not a minute. All right. So go ahead and lay down on your back. We're coming into some flowing bridges. So if you haven't done these before, we're basically lying back like we would for a bridge pose. And you want your feet about hip width apart. You want your, everything aligned really nice. Give yourself some length. And as you inhale up, we're going to inhale our hips up. We're going to inhale our arms up over our head at the same time. And then on an exhale, we're going to slowly come on back down. And we're going to do that about, 3 or 4 times. Just give it some more movement into our spine. So on an inhale, make your way up. And exhale, make your way back down. Gently up, back onto the ground there. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. Let's do one more. Inhale it up. And exhale it down. Now if you have your block or your blanket or whatever you can use, let's come into a supported bridge. So I'm just reaching for my block here. Go ahead and make lift your hips up. Place that block underneath your sacrum to whichever level works for you. I like the flat, the shorter side works really well for me. And we're just gonna stay here for several breaths and just allow our body to deregulate, downregulate, and allow our back to just kind of relax down is what this will help do. Remember to breathe. We're just going to gently lay here for just a few moments. And go ahead and raise your hips back up and remove the block. Extend your legs out nice and long. And give yourself time to just relax down into Shavasana. Go ahead and inhale your arms up overhead
And roll over onto your favorite side and meet me back up in a seated position.
So hopefully that quick flow to open up shoulders and hips is helped you today. I know it definitely helped me. So thank you for joining me. Until next time.